Ashes of the Singularity. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Planet by planet, a war is raging across the galaxy. The technological singularity has given humanity the power to expand further than they ever have before. Now they compete with each other and their sentient artificial intelligence adversaries for control of newfound worlds. So what is Ashes of the Singularity? Well, it's an early access RTS game. What you get for your money is, well, an unfinished game, obviously, because it's early access. There is no single player campaign at this moment in time. There is a one coming, but it isn't going to be your typical story driven, cutscene driven campaign. It sounds as if it's going to be more of a progressive kind of story. I don't know a lot about it. There's not a lot of information, to be honest, out there about it, but it's coming very, very soon. This game has been out a while. I did request a copy for review, but I wasn't actually given one. Bastards! So I've had to get my fucking money out, buy the fucker with my own fucking cash, just to give you a fucking review. Okay, technically it's your money because it was donation money, but that's just a minor technicality. I could have spent it on Old Meg, you know? £20 on Old Meg. Okay, now that would be like Christmas. Sorry. Why do I like this game then, considering you don't even get a campaign? Well, what do you get? You get multiplayer, which I don't really play RTS multiplayer because I just don't like everybody tank rushing in it there. But this might be a bit different, but I haven't played the multiplayer yet, have I? But it has got great single player. It has skirmish mode, which is fully customizable, up to 6 players, where you can change who's on your side, AI and all that. It is fully co-op. It has co-op mode so that you can create your own private multiplayer game and invite your friends into it, which is a great feature. I just don't have any friends who actually have the game, so I have to use computer AI. But the AI in this game is boasted at being the best AI ever in an RTS game. That's what the word on the street is, guys. You see, it doesn't cheat. You know how when you play other RTS games, the AI generally just cheats by giving itself more resources than you and then just fucks you over ridiculously? This one doesn't. And I have actually proof of that because I've tested it by uncovering the whole map, because you can either have Fog of War on or off. I've actually turned Fog of War off and watched how the AI develops, and guess what? They play exactly like you would. You turn up the difficulty, they just become more and more aggressive, and I love that. I absolutely love that. This does have very good AI. Now, the thing that I like even more about this game than the AI is the maps. The maps are brilliant. They are big, they are great, they are very well put together. They have some nice defensive places, they've got some nice choke points. I like the maps, I like the look of the maps as well. But even better than that is the way you gather and go about collecting your resources. There are 2 different types of resources. There is metal and there is and the map has different areas where you can get that. Lots of different areas, loads of different areas. And each area is guarded by a token force of neutral ships. So when you can't just send your harvester in or it'll just get killed. You have to send a small group of units in to secure that node, and then your harvester would go, well, that's an engineer, and it's a bit like Total Annihilation. The engineer goes and builds on the harvest points there, and then you get that steady supply coming into your base. And I do believe that it's unlimited, that it never runs out. I've never yet had a node say no more ore here in this. It's not like Command and Conquer, it's just a constant stream. Now, if you look at the map, you can see that each of these harvesting places is represented by a shape that signifies the different types, whether it's a metal or whether it's Now, what that means is, by some careful tactics, you can literally cut off, by taking out one node, you can cut off his supply and isolate other harvest regions. So it opens up a whole new load of strategy, which I love. And I've had happen to me where the AI has cut me off And it's annoying when that happens and you have to quickly act or you're going to get choked for resources. Now, another great thing about the whole way these resources work, because you're getting a shitload pumped into your base all the time, is you can build a shitload of units. I mean, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of units. There's not a massive amount of different units. You've got all hover, by the way. There's no kind of ground units. Everything hovers except for the planes, which obviously fly. But what you have is you've got light, medium, heavy, and then super. That's the way it seems to be. Some are artillery as well. You have to build different types of factory for different types of units as well. There's a small factory, then there's like a bigger one called an armory, and then there's your dreadnought factory, which is your big fucking huge ships that are awesome, guys. Absolutely huge things. And there's 3 different types of them as well. You know, some are just designed to kill other dreadnoughts, others are designed to take whole areas, and then the third one's designed to which is a really useful thing in a game like this. You also have air units, you've got fighters, and then you've got bombers. You've got defences that you can put, you've got anti-air turrets, you've got anti-ground turrets, and all kinds of stuff like that. You've got obviously your building factories, which I said, but then you've got a whole array of orbital shit that you can put up. You've got the best of everything, really. You've got huge area of effect weapons. You've got jamming weapons. For the first time, I've never seen this in a game before, where you can actually build a building in your base that will stop him using, say, an orbital strike or the nuke kind of things. You know, it kind of jams it all. So there's a lot of defense and counter stuff that you can build. But where the game excels is the combat. I love the combat. It's just brilliant. The huge scale of battles that you can get is just amazing. And I'm running this on an i7 with a GTX 770, and it does run fine until, and this might have been because I was recording, until I got a lot of stuff going on the map. And then at that point I just saved the game, quit, and then reloaded the game, and then the frame rate went straight back up again. When I say straight back up again, I'm talking about in the 40s. That's what I'm getting. There's a neat little benchmarking tool that's built into the game that if you run, it will automatically set the graphics so that you'll get about 30 plus FPS, which is a nice touch indeed. So if you're an RTS fan, then I have no problems recommending this to you. If you are not an RTS fan, I have no problems recommending this to you. Unless you just hate RTS games, then obviously don't bother. It's been on special this weekend and I've got it at half price. If it's still on half price, it's a no-brainer at $19.99. If it's back up to full price, which is £40, you might want to then hesitate, unless you are just a really die-hard RTS fan who wants a different type of RTS game, loves co-op, loves multiplayer, because that's pretty much what you got at the minute. You've got skirmish mode against AI, co-op with your friends against the AI, or just multiplayer, and the maps support up to 6 players at a time. You will like this game if you're an RTS fan. I don't know why anybody wouldn't like this if they're an RTS fan. So there you go, guys. When it's finished and you get the full single player, I think it's going to be well worth having the full price. At the minute, jury's still out because of the missing single player, but hell, I still love it. I still love it. So there you go, guys. Ashes of the Singularity. Yeah, it's worth a buy.